Good morning, everyone. It's 20th January 2017. Welcome to this episode of ProAMT Traders Digest. Let me go through the disclaimer first. Trading in stocks derivatives involves substantial risk of loss and not suitable for all investors. Past or simulated performance is not a guarantee of future results. All systems, indicators, strategies shown here are for education purpose only. All levels discussed here are for understanding the study and not a recommendation to trade. Please consult your personal financial advisor before making any investment or trade decision based on anything that is discussed here. We will not be responsible for any resulting profits or losses. So let's have a look at what Nifty did. The open was right below this prominent point of control, and a lot of anomalies there in the previous day's profile. The option tried to explore the lows, a very narrow IB range, tried to break down in the C period of auction failure, and then again started compressing in a range. T period broke out and repaired most of these anomalies. I was expecting a revisit of the prominent POC and maybe even the day low again, but the prominent POC revisit happened. The day low visit did not happen. We were actually in a webinar, and what had happened, I told the broker to call me, and maybe that recording must have come, so just excuse me for that, because I didn't know that I was muting the mic when I took up the call, but I think the recording was still on. So anyways, got lucky to exit at the right time, because I was not looking at the screen and would have missed that opportunity and would have hit the stop loss, because kept the stop loss at 47, and finally it went in the L period, pushed through that 46.90 high and made a high of 54. So overall, if you see a composite profile, the value developed within the value of the previous day with the point of control, again a prominent point of control, shifting higher than the previous day. The value area low is right at the prominent POC of previous day. A balanced auction trying to just find its way out from this range. It's trying to either end this continuing uptrend, or it's trying to finish this entire range. So give a sign that this auction is complete, and then do a extension higher or lower. Today should give a clue what it wants to do ahead of the there's a big news coming in US. The president elect is going to take office, and the financial markets would be waiting for some statement, and the volatility might rise on Monday. So again, better to go with hedged positions. Now let's have a look at the 1 minute chart. A very nice balance post the open, and then breaks down, creates a micro balance. And if you see, when that micro balance was being created, and then again it pushes down, there is no supply coming in. So when there is no supply coming in here, we can easily say that it would try to enter into this balance. or even try to close this breakdown bar, because this had broken down, and the least path of least resistance here becomes a revisit of this fair zone. So when it reached here, I was expecting that till it touches this would complete the auction, but it did that in the later part of the day. But when this test came in, if you see a huge spike up and then no demand. So when this came in, I was thinking that the high of the day is in, and this would continue lower towards the point of control and then break the day low. But the day low break didn't happen. A channeled move here, and then a breakout from that. And if you see overall from the previous day, there is a channel forming. There is a rising channel, and we'll be looking at that channel for today's trade, because I think this would give a clue, because as it is, the auction is just finding ways to leave this range, and this channel would give additional confirmation. So let us draw that channel and see where would be the, because I would like to pull this back a bit, or even keep it like this, and then draw this channel so that we can just figure out what can be the likely zone. So here I will take this, and so these are the highs, and these lows. So a nice move into this, comes down, gets into the channel, comes back down, again gets into the channel, comes back down, falls short of the channel. So depending on where it wants to go from this channel, and also there is this another channel happening which is already broken out. So this if it ends into this, you would look that does it want to break down and carry with this or not. So that is one of the likely scenarios. A huge buying coming into this lows. If you can see this delta, the momentum is going down, and still some active buyers stepping in here. These buyers which stepped into these highs are just getting out as soon as they see that the price is not willing to go higher. Now let's see what it did in 15 minutes. The usual thing that sellers getting emotional at the lows and then going up. Not much buying visible, not much stuck buying visible here, but sellers, aggressive sellers stepping in and controlling their price. So here also we can see this channel move, a very narrow range, but slowly and steadily grinding down, and then all of a sudden a third comes and pushes into this. Very rare to see these huge sellers at the highs and pushing it down. So active sellers coming in here. Very important point of reference, 8452. And also if you see this 23.6% retracement was not taken out. It was taking support there as well. Now let's have a look at the Renko and see what it wants to do and what it has done. So I've drawn a micro composite volume profile on these 2 days, because the rule is satisfied. The point of control is within the value area of the previous day. And if you see, there was a nice balance happening here. So the auction breaks out in an impulse, a grinding move down more than 50% of this impulse, but into the fairest price of this balance, and then makes its way up in another impulse. So this move actually is a very classical impulse. If you see somebody, somebody would call this a harmonic. So AB is equal to CD or something. So a very nice channel move comes down and again pushes back up in an impulse. Any see these patterns are followed by the auction on various time frames, but it's just that we use auction market theory because we want to lean on something for entries and exits. We want confirmation, so these volume bars coming in at the lows and then supply dropping directly gives us a confirmation that the auction doesn't want to go down further, and the delta adds to the confirmation when there is momentum and buying. So it's a blend which helps in determining where we want an entry. So to find a good trade location, we are just using all these supportive tools. So now as per this, let's see what can be the likely scenario for today's trade. So expecting it to open somewhere into this fair price. Let's draw it. So expecting open somewhere into this fair price and then try to push up into the high volume node of previous day. Try to push above that, fail and come back to this fair price of the micro composite. Try to push back up and continue its move down, and now at least now see this is my hypo almost through the week, that whenever it comes down, I want that it pushes through all these levels and checks what lies beneath. So pushes through 80 as well. Let's shrink this and check. So pushes through this 80 zone and then checks what it can gather there, whether it gets buyers there or not, and if it gets buyer, push back into the previous day's range maybe, or else start rotating here and then close the day there, or give a last moment push down. So that is the scenario on the downside. And in case if it rejects from here itself, then I expect it to push higher, test back the HVN of yesterday, and then make its way to this higher balance zone. So that is the likely scenario in the first. Now again, the second thing, suppose if it opens here, we will we will continue with this scenario. So it pushes there, falls back down, either goes here, pushes down and again makes its way up, or comes down, tries to push and makes its way down. So now I am expecting a open, I am expecting it either here into the fairest price of the micro composite, or maybe near the VL of the micro composite, or near the VH of the micro composite. So all these three. So now within this one base plan, we have all the three scenarios actually shaping up. So I don't think that we'll need to like do a I don't want to do a formal second and third hypo, because this already takes care of all the scenarios. Now let's have a look at Bank Nifty. So Bank Nifty open again inside the range but below the fair price, tries to explore up higher prices, fails and pushes back down. Again the same scenario, it closes this this point of control which was already closed, but a prominent point of control of 17th January. It pushes through that, tries to create value. If you see, this was accepting here, but the moment it broke down below this ledge, it failed, pushed back up. Now, if this is happening, the path of least resistance is the prominent point of control. Now, it was not able to make through that and stayed short by few ticks. Started creating value in the upper zone above the developing value area. So in that process, what it has done is, if you see, this is one balance, and now this was the second balance. Now this is the third balance, which is happening into this zone. So let's see, this is like a complete balance with an anomaly here. So expect that to get repaired today. And I would like to see what happens when it tries to accept again below 19110 zone. Let's have a look at the 1 minute chart. Balance forming higher into the VAH of previous day, rejects, comes down, creates another balance above the point of control, again breaks down. There is no balance forming here, breaks down, comes in with the volume is not much into this fall, but also in the rise there was not much volume, so no demand coming in. But the cross of no demand and again the retest of that no demand with a no supply is a sign of strength. And if you can see, we have again a channeled move up. So this entire channel going up, breaks down, goes sideways, and then again a minor channeled move. So a minor channel move, breaks down, retests the channel low and falls back and settles almost at the VWAP of the day. So the buyers coming in into this zone would have exited here, because if you can see very prominent buying, and then again in this rotation a buy comes. The moment it dips, they buy more, and finally in this they have exited most of it. So expecting it to correct further, because these sellers have a chance who have who would have got stuck here, because see, they were selling in this entire zone and then maybe they ran for cover through this rise, and that's the reason that a symmetric rise came all of a sudden. Now let's have a look at the 15-minute chart. So here a very mixed buying selling at the lows, but again doesn't stay below this and pushes back into the previous bar's range, starts going up. Buyers getting stuck at the highs. Now they are reaching 50% of previous day, a very emotional day time frame level, but was not able to take out the high. So it has rejected that 50% of previous day's range. It goes into that and again rejects, and lot of selling coming in with few buyers coming just covering because they might not want to carry the shorts. So this looks like shorts getting covered in a part at the end of the day. Now let's have a look at the so here, if you can see in this Renko, there is a channeled move down. So either we can take this channel. So this is the broader channel, and we can even extend it. We can extend it here, or we can take like multiple channels. So you take this and this, then again this goes a bit down. So you take this and have to take this. This doesn't become a nice channel. Maybe this is what it was following. So I would like to see this broader channel and also this broader range of consolidation. So this is important point for me to consider. Also, let's check how it shaped up the move in the trade. Impulse move down, so makes a opening swing, pushes through that opening swing low in a impulse, tries to pull back, again an impulse, but now a reverse impulse all of a sudden, creating all the hype that it wants to go higher, fails, impulse down, pull back, impulse down. And this impulse creating a zigzag, zipper is forming after an impulse, and that too like at two steps, is a sign that auction is confused where it wants to go. It keeps on with the confusion till it reaches the day mid, and all of a sudden again slowly breaks out first into this previous balance, and then finally pushes up, but is not able to go above the pivot of the previous day, and then in a messy and a choppy move down comes into the developing value area low, and then impulse higher and settle the day with at the volume based point of control of the day. And also you have a HVN here just above that point of control. So let's see what it's looking like on a 2-3 day perspective. So there is value here, and this is an important zone which has been rejected. So we'll keep a look, and also the AMT SAR is just coming there. Let's also see the delta. Okay, so now let's see what can be the likely scenario for today's trade. So again the same thing, expecting open somewhere here or here. We'll draw all this so that again the three scenarios we come. I am expecting open, push, fail, push, fail, come here, push and break through this, and now this time get into the 19050 zone first. Check what business it has, try to move back up, else fail and carry its move down towards the 18900 zone. On the other hand, extends a bit, pushes back down into this, even fails into this, pushes back up, comes here, and then makes its way into this to check if there is any interest left or not. So this is the likely scenario in both the ways. If it opens like this, and then it can come back down, and I'm expecting a settle into previous day's range in case it breaks out on the higher side. Now on the sectors front, let us just check what has happened. So CNX Pharma losing the highest, and the mid cap is still up. So this was like the mid cap was trying to push up again and again, and finally it has stayed up, and energy is the major highest gainer. And this is like, I always keep a close watch on energy, like energy rising in day trade also. All of a sudden, if energy is the major gainer, and when the open is in the range, there is a test that Nifty tries to do the entire value area on the lower side. But on the contrary, if energy is the major loser and Nifty opens into the range and enters the value area low of previous day, the chances are not as bright of doing the value area high. So this backtest on energy correlation with Nifty worked on the negative side, but not on the positive side. So that was just the information I wanted to share, because at times these statistics help in just knowing if something is happening. We can just be alert with the trades that we put on. And the breadth was almost neutral, with Gale all of a sudden rising more than 5%, and infratel rising trying to touch the highs again and again and then falling back. And Idea is a major gainer, 3%, and Eicher Motors 2.76. So these are all percentages from the open, and Oro Pharma is the biggest loser here. So this impact of Oro was seen on the index, pharma index. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for taking your time and watching, and we'll catch up tomorrow. And being a weekend, we'll do a next video we'll do with the weekly analysis and see what is there, because the micro composite has changed quite a bit. So we'll do that for the Monday video. As of now, would just take your leave, and thanks again.